who came up at the wrong time earlier. It's a pleasure to be up here properly. And actually, it's a pleasure to be here in downtown St. Paul. I love St. Paul. It's a little boring. Nobody in this room, honestly. St. Paul is so boring that one time somebody saw a raccoon on a building and the entire city shut down. It was the biggest thing we'd ever seen. I remember that day vividly, and it was such a big deal that I was down at the courthouse and the judge let us off jury duty. Justice can wait. There's a raccoon on the building. Not like this double homicide's going anywhere. I think that people love that story. They were like affectionate for that story and they love that story, but what they don't know is that it had a tragic end. After they caught it, they relocated it to Minneapolis.
Dun dun dun.
The raccoon was like, it could have just shot me. I live in St. Paul, I love St. Paul. I live in Highland Park, which is the most boring neighborhood in a boring city. There we go. Our hottest new venue is the pickleball court.
Woo!
Yeah.
That's not a joke, it's just been really busy since the Baker's Square closed. The only thing that was interesting that actually happened by me was that there was a pizza place called Papa Dimitri's that got busted as a drug front. When I heard that information, I was shocked. I had no idea they sold pizza. Yeah, that one's a groaner. I'm going to cut that one. Thank you, guys. Thank you for confirming that. But I am a dad, and I like being a dad, but sometimes I feel like I'm becoming too much of a dad because I recently got into my friend's minivan and immediately said, damn, this is fucking nice. And he said, please don't swear in front of the children. I don't know. There's nothing I could do. I just couldn't help myself. It was a Honda Odyssey.
Whoa.
It's the 401k of automobiles. I do though, I need a minivan because I have two really young children and traveling with kids is always a production. We're going to the playground, but we're packed for the Oregon Trail. So much stuff. Traveling the Oregon Trail with children must have been brutal. My kids can't even make it to Duluth without an iPad. They're not making it in the covered wagon. And like I know now, after researching this joke on Wikipedia, I know now why my relatives stopped in Iowa. Can you imagine walking across Nebraska? I won't even drive that. And I don't think baby boomers should laugh either, because I don't think baby boomers would make it either. My parents won't even live in a house with stairs. They're not making it past the fucking Rockies.
No.
But I do think as a millennial dad, I think that our generation gives baby boomer dads a hard time. And I don't think that's fair. I think we owe them a debt of gratitude. For example, it's a great time to be a dad. The expectations? Low. Like, baby boomers did it differently. They still loved us, but they did it differently. For example, like, I grew up in a warm, loving household with an engaged, caring mom. And whenever she needed a break, the dad that took me to rated R movies. I saw Terminator 2 at the age of 6. It was fucking awesome. My younger brother was there, he was breastfeeding at the time. And as tragic as those movies were, as traumatic as they were to my impressionable brain, it was outweighed by being the coolest kid at school. What'd you see this weekend? Beauty and the Beast? Neat. I saw Die Hard. Yippee-ki-yay, motherfucker. What does that mean? I have no idea. I got detention, though. Millennial parents, we're different. We care, like, too much. I have a friend who will watch each movie before his kids do to make sure it's appropriate. Not me. I'm more a baby boomer dad. I'd rather my kids have nightmares than sit through Boss Baby twice. All right, where are we going on that one? But yeah, okay, so as a parent, you want to share what you had growing up with your kids. You want like a shared cultural experience. You love something, you want to share that with them. Especially like with movies, but you have to be very, very careful because a PG movie from 1989 is not the same as a PG movie from today. I sat down to watch the movie Kindergarten Cop with my 5-year-old, and in the first 5 minutes, a man is murdered, execution style. Great. How am I supposed to explain this to my 5-year-old? Don't worry, honey. It's going to be okay. It was a clean shot. He didn't feel any pain. so that one works. Florida recently passed a Don't Say Gay bill that prevents teachers from talking about sexuality in the classroom. I don't know how you guys feel about that one, but I would have supported it because my middle school sex ed teacher was my mom. As if middle school wasn't awkward enough. My mom taught an entire class on nocturnal emissions. And she had a sense of humor. During that class, she goes, "Speaking of wet dreams, Nate, your sheets are in the dryer." Ugh. What's worse than your mom teaching sex ed? When she throws haymaker insults. But I think the problem, though, for me is that my mom was a good teacher and students really loved her. Kids would come up to me in the halls like, "Hey, loser, in class, your mom was talking about dicks." And it was very informative. I eventually fought through it, and that's my time, guys. Thank you so much. Have a great night.